Back on tour.
Hello, everybody. Rush is going back on tour, and we have Chris Springer and Eric Winter, both brand new to live streams on the Rushfans YouTube channel, and we haven't had Chris in a long, long time, so I'm happy that you're back. I'm stoked that you're doing this, and we're coming on here to just complain a little bit, right? So, no, I don't want this to come off as us complaining, first and foremost, but this has to be talked about. Paul Simon tried to convince me like 3 or 4 or 5 or 20 times not to do this and not come on here and talk about tickets. But after today's experience, which is October 27th, which is the artist pre-sale the second time around for the second announced dates, I guess, I felt I needed to do this because we needed to talk about this and we need to get a whole bunch of comments from fellow fans on how this all went. So first and foremost, before we do that, I want to just play this because I want this to be kept in mind by both us and viewers as we talk about this. This is from the 2-minute and like 30-second clip that Alex and Getty put on their YouTube channel when they announced more dates. At the very end of it, they said this.
The resellers are having a field day out there, jacking up the prices, and just be aware of that. So go to the source.
The source is Ticketmaster. So let's first talk about our experiences with Ticketmaster. I have tickets to 3 shows, the 30th and the 1st, July 30th and August 1st of 2026, Madison Square Garden. And then I got my 3rd ticket today for Uncasville, Connecticut, Mohegan Sun, also the 30th, but of October. My experience with Ticketmaster and with queues and all that, I had a tab open for each one for New York. This was on the 13th when the artist presale happened on October 13th. I was 30,000th in line for one of them and like 50,000th in line for the other one. I called my buddy Mario. Most of the people familiar with our channel know Mario. And he's like, "Hey, dude, I'm like 138th in line." "Oh, hey, can you buy me and Eric tickets for that day? Because we're trying to go." So, all right, that's Saturday. Now we got our tickets for that. I hop out of that queue. I wait 50,000 people for the Thursday one, and I get to the end of it, and it says, "You're a bot. You can't continue." I'm like, WTF? Like, why am I a bot? Is it because I had 2 tabs open? It says don't have 2 tabs open, but it says don't have 2 tabs open for the same show. You let me sign up for 4 shows. How the hell am I supposed to get tickets for the shows if I can only open 1 tab? So anyways, that's when I gave up about an hour later of trying to get back in, and I just bought those tickets on SeatGeek. Resellers, unfortunately, those are $386. Those are Chase Bridge seats. Eric's going, Paul Simon's going, Ralph's going. The 4 of us are seeing it together. It should be a great time, great time. But that was incredibly frustrating. The first round of tickets for me, just foolish. Today was a lot better. I was like 4,000th in queue. I got to the end. You know, you're first in line. I sat there for like a good 15 seconds. It didn't bring me into the ticket selection for whatever reason. I'm like, come on, like, what is happening? But it finally brought me in. And I poked around for a bit and finally got tickets in like section 118 of Mohegan Sun. Little did I know that that was a much smaller theater, and there's only about half the amount of tickets, 10,000 seats in that venue, which is why those ticket prices were probably jacked up, is my assumption. We'll talk about ticket prices in a little bit, but that was a lot smoother. That was my experience with the 13th, and then today, the 27th. I'm curious what your guys' experiences are, and again, viewers, leave your experiences in the comments. Let us know what tickets you got. Let us know what seats you got and what venues, you know, like just let us know where you're going. Let us know your experience. But Chris, I want to hear your experience first and which shows you're going to.
Yeah, I got tickets to 4 shows, 2 at the Garden, the 30th and August 3rd, August 9th in Toronto, and today I also got Mohegan Sun. and I'm sitting 5 rows ahead of you.
Something like that.
Same
Yep.
section, yeah.
We didn't plan this.
Yeah, that was weird. I have to honestly say that my experience really wasn't that bad. On Friday, the day that the city pre-sale was for the states, there was also an Amex pre-sale for Toronto, and I have an Amex card, not a city card, so I figured I might do that. But I was also working. I'm a driver. I'm sure I work for a limo company. So if I had a job, there's no way I can buy tickets while driving. And as it turns out, I had a job at 11:30 that day and didn't think I'd make it. At 11:59, as I'm driving over the Whitestone Bridge, I decide to get into the queue and or into the waiting room. And when the thing came up a minute later, there were 1,800 people ahead of me or something like that. So I
1800, you said?
only 1,800 people.
And what
And
time did you join the queue?
I joined the queue at 11:59,
See,
like 1 minute before 12.
that's my frustration because I joined the queue 2 Mondays ago and today, both at 11:30. And
Mhm.
so clearly the queue placement is randomized, and it doesn't matter
Could
when you
be,
join the
yeah.
waiting room.
I
Clearly,
guess,
I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because I can't believe that there were only that many people
No, there's no
in
way.
the queue, you know.
Right.
And then for the garden, that I lucked out there too. It was, I think it was less than 1,000 people ahead of me. Um,
Wow.
but my friend who was on, we were talking to each other on the phone while it was going on, and he was trying to get tickets for the 30th. I was working on the 3rd, that we're both going to, and he ended up going through a reseller and getting seats just on the opposite side because he couldn't
Mhm.
get through. There were too many people ahead of him. And then today, same thing, about 1,200 people ahead of me, when I jumped on at 11:30, and then that seemed to move pretty quickly, and I got those seats. My only gripe really is the price, and how they expanded, all those, the seats that I always used to sit in, the most are completely out of the question
Yeah.
now. And it's not just like the first few rows, it's the whole fucking lower bowl on the sides and all that stuff. I mean, if I got the same seat at the garden that I had at my last show on the R40 tour, that would be, $900 because it would be part of the stick it out package or the fucking, superconductor package or whatever it
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
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 But
I mean, I prioritize going to more shows and getting lesser seats, like, I guess, you know
mhm.
what I mean, than just paying up $1,000 for one really great seat at one show
Yeah,
because
I mean, I guess in hindsight, I could have done that, but
sure.
I'd rather. I wanted to see more shows because they're going to
Same.
change it up, and
Same. Hmm.
yeah.
Eric, how was your experience?
Yeah, well, I was
And which
in
shows?
I was in the pre-sale queue on the first day or I guess not the first day, but the first day of the artist pre-sale. So the Monday
The 13th.
when it
Okay.
when it started, I was in that for LA, Cleveland, and Toronto, and all three of those on the artist pre-sale day were just a mess of waiting. I don't remember how far back I was in the queue, but waiting 45 minutes after noon to finally get in to see tickets. And once you're finally in, you're able to see the seating chart. As soon as you click on a ticket, somebody else had bought it, so it didn't matter. So it's just constantly jumping around. I mean, I I genuinely think there was no way that they expected the demand to be that high, um, with the first announcement. Just with, I mean, it was impossible, basically, to get a ticket in that pre-sale with how strong the demand was. But I found that changed today with the new dates that were announced. I live in Florida, so I was looking at both of the Florida shows or Florida locations that they announced. And compared to the first pre-sale, it was a breeze.
Yeah.
I was really close to the front of the line in the queue. Uh, I poked around at a bunch of different seats. There was no rush. No rush. I was going back to seats to see, those are still available, even though I've been clicking around for 5 minutes. So that's my experience, is that in this second round of pre-sales, it's much smoother of a process on Ticketmaster than that original time.
Yeah. Yeah, that seems to be the experience of most. In the 2 minute and 50-second video, whatever it was that Rush put out, I think last week, essentially thanking the fans and saying they're announcing more dates, they genuinely sounded as if they, like what you said, Eric, they truly didn't know that this was going to be this ridiculous, which is crazy to me. Like,
there were so many questions about it, and I get from our perspective, it's very easy to say, well, duh, everybody's going to want to go see this. But from their perspective, Getty hasn't sang really in 10 years. He, had the one-off performances, but he hasn't sang in 10 years. And obviously there's no Neil, and it's a new drummer. So I think they would have been nervous saying, we're going on tour, there's 60 shows. And then half of them have half the crowd because there wasn't interest. Of course, that's not the reality, but I think my guess would be that was their fear, and that's what they wanted to avoid.
And so a lot of athletes or performers or entertainers are like, I mean, a player returns or something like that, and they think, have I been forgotten about, right? Like after a season, like, am I, you know what I mean? So I can see that they're, as we've come to know, they're not the type of people that would have done this badly for the way. Okay, this might come out negatively, but the way it was a staggered rollout for the first number of dates, right? You had city pre-sale, then you had artist pre-sale, then you had general on sale, and then they went and announced more, and it was 3 staggered, rollouts, and then there's one still coming up, I think Friday. But in hindsight, if you look at it, yes, that business model is a complete cash grab, and people throw that term around all the time for this. That type of business model is BS, in my opinion, because it basically says those first number of dates, let's jack up the prices and let's have it be a limited quantity so people pay out the ass for it, right? And then, let's just release more tickets, and then that, again, in hindsight, they're not the type of people that would do that. I think we've come to understand that, and that's not a very Rush thing to do, and that's not what happened. They have integrity, right? I mean, they go listen to Permanent Waves if you think this is a cash grab, okay? Like, that's all I have to say. Go listen to Natural Science and art as expression, not as market campaigns, or go listen to The Spirit of Radio or things like that. Yes, I do believe that 10 years later, 11 years later, they didn't really know truly what the demand was, or perhaps what their bodies could do at that age, right? And now they kind of have no choice. But yeah, no, I'm sick of hearing people blame this on the guys, because that's crap.
I think a lot of this stuff comes from Ticketmaster and the promoters and the management and all that shit. I mean, yes, could they have taken a Pearl Jam like stance and said, we're not going to do it? But Pearl Jam ultimately was not able to defeat, Ticketmaster. They had to go through their own little thing. And yes, they could have done, less. But you know what? Fuck them. I don't begrudge them, even if they do want to make some money. I don't begrudge them making money. And I think it's disrespectful, frankly, for anybody to say that, knowing everything that we've known about them and everything that we've gone through with the band. It's the same thing with anybody calling this a cover band or a tribute band. I saw that comment today on something. I'm like, that is so disrespectful. You know what I mean? It's just, that kind of stuff makes me sick. I mean, I understand people that are, purists that are upset about it. I get it. I always I didn't like the Taylor Hawkins shows. I didn't think those were good. but those weren't about Rush. It was about Taylor Hawkins, and it was, they had no rehearsal really, and these guys
you mean
as
the
great
performance?
yeah, the performance. As great as the drummers were, it wasn't. They tried their best, but it didn't jive well, and jive well, is that a word? But now they've already been
It is
rehearsing
now.
with her and going to be rehearsing with her for the next 8-9 months, whatever it is. I think it's going to be good, and I like the way they're framing it as a tribute and a celebration of their music, and I think I think that's great. I think that's fantastic.
And I think Cynthia brings up a really good point that
Put the comment back on.
about the realities of a big tour. And I've only had the opportunity to see a handful of concerts, a handful of non-Rush concerts. So all of my concert going experiences within the past 10 years, more or less through Ticketmaster. I don't have experience beyond that, but I was not, the concerts I've gone to before have not been cheap. And the production level of those concerts compared to the production level of the Rush shows I have been to, and the Rush show that I can almost guarantee they're going to put on next summer, it's going to pale in comparison. So yes, the tickets are going to be expensive, but stuff is more expensive right now. Yeah. And it's going to be a big production in terms of effects and lights and the shows that are going to be on the screen and all sorts of stuff that other artists don't do for not that much less money.
Yeah. And what the comment I made earlier about,
I'll comment on that in a second.
About the seat that I had last time and how much it would cost now. But I paid $200 for my last ticket at the Garden. I paid $235 for this ticket. So the difference in price is not, yes, I'm a section above. I'm in the 200s rather than the 100s, but it's not that insane in 10 years.
That's
now, again, that seat, which was $200, is now $900. But
my thinking is, what did people expect? What did you go into this expecting these ticket prices were going to, like, did you really think that you were going to pay 2015 prices or in some cases 1975 prices like some of these idiots are typing out on Facebook? It's like
I was expecting $400 or $500 for the top one, not including like the stupid VIP shit, but like I was expecting $400 for those seats that I had. Yeah.
Right. For the lower bowl. That's what I was expecting, sure.
And also last time they sold floor seats, not just part of a VIP package. Because I was in the fourth row. I was in the fourth row at Newark Center, and we just paid, that was $200 a seat. And we didn't get the whole VIP thing.
Sure.
Which they didn't do this time.
And to sort of go with that, and I hate to be like the guys that are like, oh, they'll defend Rush no matter what they do. But I just want to throw this out there. All of those VIP packages, it says they're going to donate part of that to the statue that they're trying to build up in St. Catharines at Lakeside Park.
Oh, it does say that?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
On every single one of those VIP packages, it says they're going to donate it towards the Lakeside Park Memorial. Yeah. So it's like, if it was a cash grab, why would you donate any of it to charity?
Yeah. And was there not something for brain cancer as well?
Maybe.
Maybe I'm thinking of something different, but I thought I saw something like that. But maybe
either way.
If you thought they needed money, Alex wouldn't have donated all his guitars, and Getty wouldn't have donated all his baseballs, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, ticket prices, right? So we're on that topic. So, and costs. So my understanding is that, for example, the three of us are going to New York on the 30th. Mm-hmm. They have to rent that building for 7 days, I think, because they have it Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Monday. So they're basically renting that building for 7 days. I don't think they're tearing down on Wednesday, Friday, Sunday. So all their stuff is left there. So they're not renting the building for 4 days. They're renting the building for 7 days, right? And Madison Square Garden isn't cheap. Granted, there's no Knicks and no Rangers going on during that time because it's in the middle of the summer. But
There's WNBA. It's a possibility that there's other
Yeah,
stuff in
right.
between
I mean,
on those off days,
right.
but all their shit would still be
still
there.
is there,
Just
right?
not set up,
You're
yeah.
basically renting the building, yeah, and these
Sure.
buildings aren't cheap to rent. So, I mean, the shows that I'm going to, like I texted Eric like this morning or at noon when I was looking to buy the tickets for Mohegan Sun, and I was like, these are like $400 or $500 tickets for like upper deck. Like this is ridiculous. Like I was genuinely like pissed off, and Eric typed back like, well, Tampa's like a quarter of that price. I'm like, why? And then I looked into it, and well, actually, Eric suggested it. Like, is it a smaller venue? And I was like, oh yeah, duh, it is a smaller venue. It houses half the amount of people that MSG, for example, houses. So that's why those tickets are more expensive. So I was like, okay, fine, $400 is
$400
is fair because it's really like kind of the lower bowl and not upper deck. Like I'm 4 rows from the friggin' ceiling, but it's not really like an MSG ceiling or a Newark Prudential Center ceiling. It's like because I sat second row from the roof at Iron Maiden at Prudential, and it was like I was in the ceiling, right? Like that's not what this is. So, but yeah, I mean, fan reactions for this is just $400 tickets for nosebleeds at the Kia Forum. See, like some of the venues, I get it because of the history of it, right? Kia Forum. I don't know if this was the first show, but if it's the first show of this tour, yeah, duh. I mean, you're gonna be paying, here's another good comment from Dale. We will pay the price, but we will not count the cost, right?
Hell
I mean,
yes. Dale,
I'm $1,200 in tickets through 3 shows, and that's not even counting hotel costs. So it's probably double that.
I forgot about that.
Don't let my wife hear that, right?
Good.
But it's worth it. It's Rush. This might be the last opportunity, right? I mean, we don't know.
We thought the last one was the last opportunity.
Yeah. Sure.
I'm
and it
sure
kind of
this
was,
is
but
probably
yeah.
Right, which
last
is me arguing again for like this really is possibly the last opportunity.
I'm sure they go to Europe. I don't think it's. I mean, I'm because Getty was kind of pissed that they didn't go to Europe the last time. So I'm sure they're going to go to Europe.
A lot of people keep saying
It
Rio
would
would
not
be
be-
cool, which would be cool.
I'm surprised they didn't add
Which is
Vegas
fair.
in these extra shows at the Sphere. Like, I mean,
Oh, the Sphere, yeah.
that might be worth flying out to. I mean,
Mm.
can you imagine the show they could put on in the Sphere? But, yeah, I mean, all right. So that's really all that I have. I don't want to take too much more time because in like 7 minutes the guys are recording BU2B, the song discussion for the roundtable, which will come out on Friday. But that will not be live. That'll just be on Friday night. But yeah, I think just overall, for me, my whole experience is it's been a little bit frustrating. But I'm not too far out of the price range that I thought I was gonna have to pay anyways, right? Like when this was announced, I was like, okay, yeah, they're probably going to be anywhere between $300 and $500 tickets for the seats that I want, and that's where I ended up. $400, basically an average of $400, $350, $386, and like $410. So I'm
yeah, I would say that in the end I paid about what I was expecting to pay, just not for the seats that I was hoping to get. That's all.
I think fans that are complaining are posting. I think those that are upset are really motivated to post. Yeah, I spent more than I was hoping to, but I'm so excited to have the chance. Exactly. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like I was saying before, before we came on, that I can't believe that I'm back in this situation again.
Right.
I've got fucking Rush tickets and I'm going to see them again. It's not the same, but I'm going to see them again. And I'm over the freaking moon about that. I just think that that's fantastic.
And
I'm so excited for any young people that never got.
Yeah.
It will never be the same, but it's there's a kid who lives in my building who's a year younger than my older daughter, and he's going to school in Europe, and he like saw Ozzy's last show in Birmingham. He's been traveling all over. He's all into classic rock, and he is so freaking excited for Rush. I saw his dad in the elevator, and he's going crazy. So he's going to 1 or 2 of the shows at the Garden too. So I'm excited for people like that who've never seen them before.
And as I've said multiple times, like I'm excited to. Granted, I've met both of you guys in person before, but I'm excited to go to Rush with you. I mean, we've been doing this Rush fans thing for 5 years, right? So
Yeah.
and we talk about Rush, but now we actually get to go see Rush, and
Yes.
because we never did
two
together,
best,
right?
My two best friends with whom I saw my first Rush concert are coming to New York. One from Tokyo, one from Iowa, and they're coming to New York. And the three of us are going to see a Rush concert together again for the first time since Counterparts.
That's so cool.
Freaking great, you know?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So I could be one of these old guys and say, "Oh, I paid $15 for my ticket," and it's 40 fucking years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
So whatever.
Yeah. All right. Well, try Ticketmaster first. Excuse me. There's another pre-sale, or no, I'm sorry, it's not a pre-sale. It's the general on sale on Friday. Hit those.
Get into the waiting room as soon as you can. Yeah.
Well, no, it's basically you can get in the waiting room. You can get in the waiting room at whenever, like that. Yeah. My advice from my experience and from what I've read and heard is get in the waiting room at any point. The queue is all randomized. Once 12 o'clock hits your time, it's going to throw you in. Don't open multiple browsers. Don't open on a computer and a phone. Just pick one. Right. And pick your like go in with a plan, okay? Like, because if you just go in there and you're just like, oh, you just poke around, the tickets go quick. I mean, I was in there and like 3 or 4 different options that I had went quick, and then I was like, oh, well, let me scroll right over here in the corner and 118, and so.
And the signing up for multiple pre-sales didn't do anything because it's a separate queue for each one.
Correct.
So you couldn't jump. I tried for the general sale to get one more of the garden shows, and there was just nothing left except for the thing. And I managed to get a decent spot in the queue for that, but I didn't buy any tickets.
Don't refresh. More good advice. Do not refresh the page. Let it happen itself. I regret never having seen them in Toronto. I have a chance to make up for that. Yep. This one, I'm going to throw this on the screen. This is completely ridiculous. So.
See, right,
I mean, there are people like that, and hey, if that's the mindset you have, great. But guess what? More tickets for us.
If 40 years of music and wonderful shit didn't mean that much to you, and you're gonna say that, fine. More tickets for other people.
Exactly.
Stay home.
Stay home. Yep.
And don't buy the DVD.
Just go away.
Just go away. All right. Leave a comment. Let us know what show you're going to, or which city you're going to see the band in, right? Let us know what you paid. Let us know the section. If you're going to any of the shows we mentioned, let us know. Drop us a comment. Maybe we'll try to meet up. I know we're doing a big meetup on the 30th. A whole bunch of Rush fans people on the 30th of July at Madison Square Garden. So,
Michael Jordan Steakhouse at Mohegan Sun.
Okay, before you want to do it? All right,
I'm
down. I'm down. I'm bringing my friend that's not. Like, I've tried over the years to get him into Rush, and he's like the music, but he's not like super into Rush. So I'm bringing him. He was like, all right. He's like, I'll pay like $300, and the tickets were $400. I was like, listen, I'm buying the tickets, and if you want to pay me $300, fine. I'll just eat the cost just for you to come. So, yes.
Yeah.
Steak.
2007, I went there. 2007, I went there for Snakes and Arrows. I brought $100 with me to gamble with. I spent the first $20 in the slot machine. It was gone in like 3 seconds. And I was like, fuck this. I took my $80 and I went to Michael Jordan's and I got a steak.
Let's do it.
On the show. So
Michael Jordan's Steakhouse. Sure. Awesome. Good stuff.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to end it here because Eric has an episode to go record, and so does like 5 other people. So, including Donna Halper. So she'll be talking BU2B. That'll go live Friday night. We will be live again for more 50-something discussion on this Thursday night. What we are doing then is we're going to be talking about the R40 set list and songs that we think might make an appearance on 50-something. That was also on R40. Yep. So that's going to start our like set list discussions for that. So, and then we'll be doing that on and off for the next number of weeks until the end of the year. And we'll have more Rush trivia coming your way too, and song discussions. The channel's doing phenomenal right now, and we're just throwing ideas out there. And so, shoot us an email if you want to appear. Let me just throw that on the screen in case this is the first time you're seeing us. Let's see. Join us. Here we go. If you want to join an episode of Rush Roundtable, or if you want to quiz the Rye guys, which is just myself and a whole bunch of other people not named Ryan that do Rush quizzes, shoot us an email, rushroundtable@gmail.com. But we will wrap there. Take care, everybody. Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Eric.
Yeah.